Welcome to week 3 of your first course in the Master of Arts in Organizational Leadership class. I hope you've enjoyed the first 2 weeks. I know enjoy is probably not the most appropriate word, but I hope you've kind of found your way and settled in and started to establish a routine. I will say this, week 2 is typically the toughest week, simply because you are trying to juggle so many different things. And there's a lot of assignments due that week. So you have the time management piece that you needed to submit, then you also had the forums and you had the blogs, and then finally you had the proposal. So week 2 is typically the toughest week in the course, or at least I think it's the toughest week in the course. However, now it's on to week 3, and it's on to looking at starting the research paper for this first course. So this week, the actual title of the class or the session is Designing the Team. So you'll be reading chapters 4 through 6, and you look at designing the team. Really, there's 3 pieces that you want to look at, and a lot of people believe that the most important part of a team is actually having a good leader. And research shows, and the book clearly articulates that sometimes having a strong team and a good foundation and a well-established and a well-designed team is far more important than having a good leader. In fact, Andreas had a great example in class where he was part of a great team, but the manager was not so effective, and so the team had to sort of come together and really rally around each other. Eventually that manager moved on, but the team was able to be successful despite having just an average or a below average leader or a manager. So really, if you ever have the opportunity to hire your own team or create your own team, that's a blessing, but most times you're not going to have that opportunity. But when you look at designing a team, the first thing you want to look at is the work. So what work will you actually be performing? And what type of work is going to be required of the team? And then the second thing you want to look at is the people. And so a lot of times people get these confused, and they start with the people. Well, because if you have the right people, you can get them to do just about anything. I disagree with that. In fact, I think you want to look at what is the work that needs to be done, and then finding the right people where they could be in their highest and best use. And then the third thing you want to look at, which is extremely important in all of these, is the process. And you could have a very clearly defined set of objectives that you want to accomplish with your team. You could have the greatest people in the world, but if you fail to establish a process, it's all about a process. If you fail to establish a process or a routine, you will struggle, or that team will struggle. And so, first thing you want to look at is the work. What is the work that we're trying to accomplish? What is our objective? What are our goals? And then finding the right people with the right skill set, the right activity levels, and the right attitude to move into that work. And then finally establishing a process so that you can find out whether or not the team is performing at its highest potential. So that is the mini lecture for week 3. As always, feel free to reach out to me and email me if you have any questions, or you may certainly give me a text or call me on my cell phone. Thank you.